This is Inner Mongolia, Gobi Desert. My favorite place. It's the most Mars-like on the planet. Barren and empty. Wind blows all year round. Sandstorms happen often. In the winter, temperature is as low as -40 degrees. In the summer it reaches 40 degrees. But it's my most favorite place. If you look at that small dot, it's me. I come to Gobi with a belief. I believe this could be the new space for our civilization. When people see uselessness, barrenness, emptiness, I see abundance. If you look at the barren desert, it is filled up with abundant, renewable energy. The strong wind and the shining sun. They are infinite and never end. I found out the important equation between energy and our prosperity. 2,000 years before Industrial Revolution, our global GDP only grew 5 times. Why? Because we are only able to use 5 times energy, natural energy agriculture, then transfer to muscle power. Since Industrial Revolution, our global GDP expanded 100 times. Because we are using 100 times more energy. So abundant fossil fuel energy has been turned and created forces to drive the machines, created materials like steel, created fertilizer to improve the food production. Today it's even creating tremendous intelligence for humanity. So, how can we unlock such a big potential from desert to push humanity to the next level of prosperity? Because 1 hour of solar radiation is able to meet our entire annual demand for energy. It is free and it is green. In front of Gobi, we have to solve 3 challenges. The first one, how can we capture the rough and raw wind energy? SD's steam engine is able to turn coal energy into motion. We end up with wind turbine to capture wind energy to turn into electricity. Most importantly is to really design the wind turbine to be able to survive in the extreme wind condition in the desert. Secondly, how can we avoid building a long distance or thousands of miles of transmission lines, which is costly and extremely expensive? We end up with the largest off-grid renewable system by integrating wind turbine, solar panel storage without orchestrations. Okay, then the last remaining challenge. How can we utilize such abundant, locally made electricity? We end up with a solution to build net zero industrial park, which is going to produce energy-intensive products like batteries and the green hydrogen and ammonia, those green molecules. Why green ammonia? 1 ton of green ammonia is able to hold 10,000 kilowatt-hours of electricity. Most importantly, the green molecule is so important for us to decarbonize our economic system. It's the most difficult, hard to abate segment. The green hydrogen is going to be used to make green steel, to make net zero chemicals, to make green aviation and shipping. So what about today? Just right in the heart of Gobi Desert, the first net zero industrial park has been built. It is totally off-grid, 100% by renewable energy. It is making the state-of-the-art battery. But most importantly, it is the lowest cost of battery among all Envision production base. Why? Because it's tremendous, free, abundant renewable energy. And we are also building, in the desert, the largest green hydrogen project in the world. 1.5 million ton green hydrogen and green ammonia. The first phase, 300,000 tons as you see, is commissioning now. We are not supposed to build the largest. Our goal is to make the cheapest. To make green hydrogen as cheap as grid. Why is the cost so vital? Because history told us this 100 times energy growth is the result of cost reductions. In order to unlock these tremendous renewables, we have to make renewable energy much lower than fossil fuels. There are 2 forms of energy. One is electron, one is molecule. Today renewable has already won the battle against electricity. So renewable energy is much lower on making electricity.
Green molecule is about 2 or 3 times more expensive. So renewable energy is much lower on making electricity. But there's still another battle. Green molecule is about 2 or 3 times more expensive than gray molecule from coal and gas. We have to make as cheap as possible, have this cost parity to the grid. So we should redesign the entire energy system. And redesign the equipment, then reduce the cost significantly. So first, we designed our regulated wind turbine. Which is able to capture more energy, while reducing costs significantly. We are also designing the world's first hybrid energy storage system by combining lithium battery with supercapacitor, which is able to support the grid with much less cost. And we are improving the efficiency of electrolyzer by innovating membranes and electrodes significantly in order to make the construction work in the desert much easier, much cheaper. We designed modular, prefabricated hydrogen plant, which has made construction work in the desert as easy as stacking Lego. And we are also developing our physical model, starting from predicting weather, wind and solar, to manage grid automatically. So today, we already are achieving the lowest .st of green hydrogen and green ammonia in the world. But there are still some gaps. I believe within 3 years, by 2028, we are able to make such cost parity to grid. Why am I so convinced?